If you are a number cruncher, this is your video. You know, people always ask me, oh, Brett, what's the market like? Well, I can tell you a bunch of things and I can give you a bunch of opinions, but the numbers don't lie. So we're going to take a look at that. My contact information is available if you're looking to buy or sell. So let's get right to it. We're going to jump on the computer and take a look. Okay, so let's jump right into this. These statistics are taken right from the Greater Tampa Realtors, straight out of the MLS. First thing that we see here is our price range. Where were the most units sold? Single-family homes and villas. The most homes were sold between 300,000 and 500,000. And here's your numbers right here, 3,900, 4,200, and 5,000 up till the end of September of this year. So there's your meat and potatoes. There's where most of your units are being sold. And these are typically 3 and 4 bedroom houses. So that's our sweet spot as far as buying a home here in the Tampa Bay area. 300 to 500,000 should get me a 3 or 4 bedroom house. We look down a little bit at the graph here. And what is this telling us? This is comparing last year to this year, the number of units sold. So what we see here in January, you know, the darker being 2023, year started off a little bit slow. We were a little less than last year, all the way through April. And then what do we see? Come May, it's evening out. June, it's about even. July, August, September, we're selling more units this year than we were last. Well, Brett, that doesn't make sense. I thought things were slowing down. I thought there was a problem here. The numbers don't lie. People are still coming to Tampa. People are still buying and selling homes in the Tampa Bay area. And maybe it's different for condominiums and townhouses. So here's the statistics on that. What's our price range for a condo or a townhouse in the Tampa Bay area? Well, the majority of them are being sold between $250 and $350. So $250 to $350 it's going to cost me roughly for a condo or a townhouse here in the area. Obviously, you can get plenty for less and plenty for more, but that's where the majority of them are at. And what's going on with that over this year compared to last? Again, started off slow, behind 2022, and come April, things evened out. May, there was more sales this year. June fell back a little bit. And then again, we see July, August, September, more sales this year than last year. So, you know, that effectively throws everything out the window that people have been telling, oh, the market's slowing down. Oh, you know, nobody wants to buy. Doesn't seem that way, does it? The numbers don't lie. We go further down into this. This lumps everything together, which just basically says the same thing. It makes the numbers a little more even, but the same trend, a little slow at the beginning of the year, and then July, August, September, more units this year than last year. Well, what does that mean for you? Well, that means that it's still a busy market here in Tampa. There's still a lot of property being bought and sold. Okay, so put that down as number one. What's the next thing? Sales by bedroom count. And this is pretty standard. 3 bedrooms, there's 12,000 and some. 4 bedrooms, 8,000 and some. And that's pretty standard. That's your meat and potatoes, 3 and 4 bedroom homes. Bathroom count, same deal, 2 and 3 bathrooms. Gonna be your majority. This one is for the month of September. And this one we're gonna take a look at for a minute. So there's a lot going on with this chart here. I just want you to take a look at it. If you got your camera, take a snapshot of it. So what we have here, the majority of our units have been sold down in this area from same as before, 300,000 to 500,000. Here's the majority of your inventory, and here's the majority of your units sold, which is right here. So what this is telling us, what is the average list price? So we're just going to say, oh, I want to spend, somewhere between $400,000 and $500,000. I want a 4-bedroom house. So here we are. There's been 628 of those type of houses sold so far this year, in that price range. If I list my house at $446,000 and $750, they crunched this down to the dollar. What can I expect to get? Well, the average sale price is $441,000, or I can expect to get about 99% of what I'm asking. Percentage of list to sell. Well, how long is it going to take me to sell it? This is average days on market, and it's going to take about 45 days. Now, these are all averages. This sale price compared to the list price, this very much depends on you having your home priced correctly. It's assuming that that you've priced it right, you've got an agent that's educated you, and you have it priced at roughly what it's worth. If I've got it priced right and it's a decent home, I can expect to get pretty much what I'm asking, and I can expect to get paid within 2 months. You see the same trend all along here, from $250,000 homes all the way up to $800,000 homes. People are getting pretty much what they're asking. What does that mean as far as me negotiating a better price? How am I ever going to get a deal? What's up with that? How am I going to swing that? We'll get to that. Other thing you notice here, this is for the entire year. This is from January up until now. Statistics go till September, year to date. Same thing. Here's the majority of our homes that are being sold right in this $300,000 to $500,000 range. How much are they getting for it? Well, they're getting pretty much everything that they ask. If I list it for $330,000 and it's worth $330,000, I'm probably going to get $325,000 or somewhere in that neighborhood. This is the way this has been for quite some time here in Tampa. Now, what has changed is the days on market. You see that we're almost pushing 2 months worth of inventory here. That's still not a lot. And here in July of 2021, you could sell your house in 2 weeks and expect to get every bit of what you asked and then some, possibly more. You see this average list to sale price is 100%, and in some cases for a couple of months it was over 100, 101, 100, 102. So if I listed my home for $400,000, I can expect to get, $405,000 or whatever it is. And I could expect to have that all wrapped up in about 2 or 3 weeks. It was crazy. It was crazy. And how about the inventory? There wasn't any. Less than a month. Look at these numbers, less than a month. It went over a month for a little bit, then back to less than a month. And it kept going that way until July of last year was the last month that the days on inventory were less than 3 weeks. So what happened? Interest rates started going up, started creeping up a little bit at a time. And as it got higher and higher, you see that as of June, July of last year, the days on market started to creep up again. The list to sale price started to come down a little bit. We were at 100% or over 100%. Now we're at 98%. Oh, so if I put my house for sale for $400,000, maybe I'm only getting $395 now. Maybe I'm only getting $390. And it's going to take me longer. So fast forward to January, February, March of this year, it was pushing 2 months, and it hit 2 months to sell your house in March of this year. Well, interest rates were high. It's the end of winter. It's a little bit slow. But look what happens now. The buying season starts up April. Days on market starts coming down again. And it's dropped all the way to, here we are in September. We're back down to a month and a half, 2 months to sell your house. And we're still hanging around 98% of list to sale price. So, and let's not forget our inventory. Remember back here during the pandemic, there was no inventory. There was nothing to be had. Less than a month. What happened? It started, as the interest rates went up, the inventory started to come up. And it creeped up for a while, and then we came here to the buying season this year, and it started to go back down again. What does all of this mean to you? First of all, inventory's still short. When there's a lack of anything, prices generally don't come down, and they haven't. They've stayed pretty steady. Now you see people are willing to negotiate a little bit because it's taken them a little bit longer to sell their house. But for the most part, prices have stayed the same and creeped up in some instances. What it's going to do for you as a buyer, though, you're going to be able to negotiate some things now. Back when there was less than a month of inventory, you weren't negotiating anything. You better come with cash and guarantees and over asking price and all of that. You had to be very well situated to buy a house during that. Now, sellers are willing to negotiate, in some instances, price, closing costs, repairs. There's a whole lot more on the board. They may, help you buy down rates. Whatever it is, it's all back on the table now. That's a good thing. If you're a seller, what does it mean to you? Well, pretty much the same thing. If your house is in good shape and you're asking a price that's in line with the market, you're probably going to get it or get near it. You're going to have to be a little more flexible. The days of, here's my price, take it or leave it. If you don't want it, I've got 20 other people lined up around the block. That's over, at least for now. Is this a good time to buy or sell? Absolutely. Look, nobody can predict the future, and that includes me. But if you're buying, oh, Brett, the interest rate's high. Yes, it is higher than it's been in quite a long time. If you look over the past 50 years, we're not near what it could be. So keep that in mind. You date the interest rate. You marry the house, you date the rate. What does that mean? So if you buy now and the interest rate goes up, you're in good shape. You bought before it went up. If you buy now and the interest rate comes down, you refinance. Your mortgage payments become less. You can always adjust in this business. And again, this is what you need an agent for, to kind of fill you in on all these things. If you're a seller, what does it mean? Well, it depends on what your plan is. What are you doing? If you're downsizing and you're selling, terrific. When we sell you a place, we find you another one, not an issue. If you're selling and you want to live in the same neighborhood, but you want a bigger house or something different, you just have to be prepared, because your payment's going to change depending on your down payment for the next place. So all of these things, are relative as to your situation, your income, your finances. And these are all things that we would discuss in a one-on-one visit, and So I hope this cleared things up for you a little bit. If you're a numbers person, you probably loved this. If you're not, you probably turned it off and you're gone already anyways. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and all my information will be below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.